Hi, I'm Tyler, the owner and operator of One Sharp Guy. Why don't you come in and take a look? So I have my big belt sanders that I do a lot of the heavy grinding on if I need to do that. And then we just have progressively higher grits to refine the finish and the grind lines. And then basically everything here is to buff off the burr. Essentially use those for serrated knives. We do lots of serrated knives. A lot of people think they can't be sharpened, but they can. This is what we service clipper blades on. So hair clippers for animals or for people. So we do lots of garden tools, especially this time of the year. We do mower blades right there, and then a lot of pruning shears, a lot of hand pruners, but we do all different kinds of scissors. If it's a scissor style, we do it. Our sharpening station for scissors and shears is right here. They all look the same, but I tell you, they're all different. So the first thing we look at when we sharpen knives is we look at the geometry, because it's not just about getting a sharp edge. You have to make sure that when you're cutting, that knife blade is making full contact with your cutting board. So what we do is we like to do even passes on both sides. We want to take the same amount of metal off both sides of the blade. And then I have a very special department. It's called the Quality Assurance Department, also known as the Yellow Pages. So we use this to test the edge to make sure that there's no remaining burr that I can't see. It will help me feel the edge if there's anything. If it's a rough cut, I know that I have not completely taken off that burr. So, most important department here. And then the knife's all done. When we're done, we wrap it up to keep it safe for the customer, and they're good to go. When I first started, obviously I did some training in high school with knives. And when I got my business license, I realized that there's so much more things that people were asking about, scissors and yard tools. So I just read a lot of books, watched a lot of YouTube, and it was practice on my own stuff, or I'd go buy stuff and practice on it. You have to constantly learn, and you have to constantly adapt. The industry is always changing. New equipment, new tools that people use. You know, you got people that have been doing it for 50, 40 years. They have tricks that they will show you and teach you that you can't learn from books or YouTube. We get a lot of people that come and say, listen, these were my grandmother's scissors. And in fact, these are my grandmother's scissors. Why go buy a new pair when I can breathe new life into something that is working great? And it really does mean something. Depending on the brand you buy, I would say that the more mainstream stuff is much lower quality. The industry, it's everything. It's not just knives and saw blades and scissors. Everything's considered disposable, and I don't understand why that is. It's definitely a different industry when it comes to manufacturing than it was 50 years ago. A lot of times you have to throw it away because there's no life left in it. You know what was the most challenging thing I've ever done? I think everything we do always has some type of challenge in it. There's not one thing that sticks into my brain saying, man, this was challenging. Everything has a challenge, you know, and then we have to work that out and make sure that the customer is satisfied with the work that we're putting out.